and welcome to another lipstick, lashes, and lunch. And today I've got some new makeup and I have to get ready for work anyway. And so I thought I'd just turn on the camera and see what this stuff looks like. I am trying something new so that I can see the comments better, and I actually have the live playing over here on my laptop while I'm recording on my phone, so we'll see what happens there. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this. This is just kind of a mishmash of things that I maybe saw a YouTube creator use and was like, oh, I want to try that. And so I put it in my Amazon cart or whatever. I had a couple of other Black Friday things, but the majority of my Black Friday purchasing went to Moira, and I did a full face of Moira that I just uploaded earlier this week. So if you haven't seen that, after you're done here, then maybe go over and check that out too. I just redid my hair today to get rid of the silver sparkles and decided to use a slightly different color. Went with more of an ash blonde instead of like a medium ash blonde instead of the golden blonde that I normally use or the neutral blonde. Haven't quite decided if I like it. I feel like it kind of washes me out, but I also don't have any makeup on. So we'll see what it looks like after I put some makeup on. And so yeah, so let's get to putting some makeup on. And hey Deb, how you doing? Good to see you. I was just saying I just redid my hair color and went a little more ash than golden blonde, and I haven't decided yet if I like it or not. So we'll see what it looks like when I get makeup on. There's my big old 5 head. Good to hear. I'm glad. Today I've just got water. I'm kind of at my limit on coffee already this morning, so. Hey Cheryl, good to see you. Happy Friday to you too. How's your day going so far? And let's see. So the first thing I'm going to start with is this Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. I don't know if you guys have seen any of my videos where I tried to use this, but I had one before and I hated it. Not to put too fine a point on it. It would come out of the tube in this chunk, and then when I tried to smash it to put it on my face, it would just break up and fall all over the place. It was so dry, and I could not for the life of me understand why people liked this thing. And so I was talking to Andy, my good friend Andy from over at Andy Does Stuff, and she loves this primer. It's her favorite primer. I'm like, Andy, what do you see in it? And so she actually showed me a video of her close up putting it on her hand and using it. And oh, glad you got some good sleep though, or at least I hope you got some good sleep, Cheryl. So anyway, she showed me using this, and it was completely different than the tube that I had. So I was like, all right, we're going to give this one more chance. So I went out and I bought a new tube of it, and I have used it. And yeah, apparently the other one that I had was old when I bought it because it always performed that way. So we're going to use this Impossible Primer here. And can you see? Let's see. So it does come out really thick, but what would happen before when I would go to smash this is it would just separate and crumble, and I ended up with it everywhere. But what it's supposed to do when you smash it is kind of melt into your skin like that. And then when you put it on, it actually goes on your face. I mean, what a concept. Hey, Erin. Whereas before when I did this, seriously, I just ended up with primer chunks everywhere. It was not pleasant. But now, yes, it is a silicone-free primer. It says, let's see if I can read it. Dang, this, what did I do with my, there it is. I keep a magnifying glass on my table because even with contacts, I really can't see. So it says, it mattifies, hydrates, and blurs pores and preps skin for long-lasting makeup. And it's impossibly silicone-free. Hey, Sylvia, how you doing? Good to see you. But it does kind of have a little bit of a slip to it, but it's also slightly tacky. So it's a really interesting texture, and I'll get up close because I want to look at my mirror down that I have underneath my camera. And it does a little bit of pore blurring. Man, those words are hard to say. But not as good as some of my other pore blurring primers. So we'll see what it does. Now, I do not have a new foundation, so I thought I'd just use one that I haven't used in a while, but that I know works really well, because I'm trying, I've got this primer, and then I also have a new powder that I want to try. So I don't want to do 3 new base products, because then if it doesn't work, you don't know which one didn't. And on the other hand, you don't know which one worked really well. So, hey Phyllis, how you doing? Good to see you. So how is everyone doing with Christmas preparations? Decorations up? I got my new background. This side is specifically Christmas, and this side is more winter. So when Christmas is over, this is going to stay, but I'm going to change this out over here to be a little more wintry. And you guys, you're going to get the first sneak peek of this. This is my trophy from the Gratitude Awards. I was nominated for an award, and I was actually chosen as the best new channel of 2022 in this grouping that NC Mountain Mama and Bonnie's Bargains did. And so anyway, this is my trophy, and it's so pretty, and it actually is personalized for me. And I'm going to put that back here when I have a spot for it on my shelf. So, thank you, Sylvia. And yeah, I think silicone ones can clog your pores if you use them too frequently. And so I think I'm going to say that's my excuse for why I have lots of primers, because then I can rotate through them and nothing gets too many chances to affect my skin. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. So anyway, we're going to use this Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is in the shade 115. Thanks, Phyllis. Yeah, I was very surprised and just kind of blown away by the whole thing that that I was selected for that. So it's really kind of cool and exciting. And of course, I tried to be so prepared. I have everything lined out. I've got clean brushes, and I didn't wet my makeup sponge. So we're going to just do it with my fingers. Because you can put makeup on with your fingers. You know that, right? I mean, we used to all put makeup on with our fingers. If you're my age or older, maybe even a little younger, we just put them, or those little white triangle sponges. If we're getting fancy, we use those. But we're just going to use my fingers today. And then I'll use the dry makeup sponge to blend it. Yes, Sylvia, this is one of my favorites too. Really like it. So back to my question about Christmas. How y'all doing with your preparations? Got your presents bought? I don't. We are notoriously bad about shopping ahead of time. We have 2 birthdays in the family, our daughters, one at the end of November and one at the beginning of December. And so I feel like I always have to get through those before I can start thinking about Christmas. And once the early December one is over, all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, we have 2 weeks. Hey, Mary and Maya, how are you guys today? The show last night was really good. For you guys that don't know, I'm executive director at our local community theater, and Maya, who is watching, was in our show that we did last night, All Is Calm. So I am going to, my mirror is kind of in a weird spot with this, so I'm going to kind of turn just a little bit, and I feel like my lights are weird too, but sorry about that. Cheryl says she's a Scrooge right now regarding Christmas preparations. I get that. So, all right, so we're going to dab with this dry sponge just to pick up some of the extra product, because otherwise it will gather in these creases that I have here, and I have a deep crease along my jawline. So we're just going to pick up a little of the extra so I don't end up looking cakey. But this foundation is really good if I need a foundation to last all day, like I will today, because we have another show this evening, and I will be not home until probably 10 o'clock-ish. I'm going to clean the foundation off my lips so I don't look quite so dead. And then I'm going to use my Laneige dupe. This is not the Laneige lip sleeping mask. This is actually from Amazon. It's called Kernel, and I love this. You get a 3-pack of these for $9.99, and thanks to Sephora's birthday gift, I actually got to try the Laneige last year, and this is exactly the same thing. It smells the same, it feels the same, it looks the same. So I don't know why you would spend the money for Laneige when you can get one of these for $3.33. I do have my Amazon link in the description box down there. I didn't link individual products, mainly because I decided like a half an hour before going live that I was going to do this. So if you do wish to shop, I would appreciate going through my link, and doesn't cost you any extra, but I get a couple pennies. So anyway, Sylvia says she has 2 more presents to get and finishing up decorating. Amazon, FedEx, and United States Postal Service have been busy this week. Well, good for you, Sylvia. I am glad that somebody is on the ball, but it's not me. Now, the concealer I'm going to use is from Morphe, and I did get this from Black Friday, but as luck would have it, it's Light 6 Neutral is the color that I have. I completely forgot that I picked this up when I was in an Ulta. I think it was when we were in Florida. And so I actually bought it again. But it worked out because my daughter needed a concealer, so I gave her the other one. So this is kind of new, but not really new. And I do really like this. So I'm just going to put a little in the corners here. And I don't bring it all the way under and out to the outside, because then I end up getting too much. So we're just going to blend this in. And what I always like to do with my concealer to get a little bit better coverage is once I start blending, is just to kind of let it sit there for a minute. And it kind of dries just a little bit. And so when I blend it more, then as much of it doesn't go away. So how about all of you? Did you do Black Friday shopping? Any interesting makeup products or anything like that? Or was your Black Friday shopping mostly for Christmas and that sort of thing? So now that it's set just for a couple of seconds, I'm going to go in and blend some more with my finger. I like blending with my finger because I feel like the warmth of my finger helps meld it into my skin a little bit better. And then when there's not too much left there, then I will come out under the rest of my eye. And finally, take my 10X mirror, my very best friend when I'm putting on makeup, even though I don't really like what I see in my 10X mirror, but it does help me to see. And my e.l.f. concealer sponge that is also dry. And I will just blend out the edges of that so that it blends into the foundation and removes any extra product. When you have too much concealer, that's when you're going to get creasing. But if you can only leave as much as you need for coverage, then it helps with the creasing. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And it does a good job of giving you coverage without looking cakey and that sort of thing. So it is a good concealer. I do like it. Don't know that I needed to, but like I said, my daughter needed a concealer, so it worked out. The other thing that I'd wanted to try forever is the Beauty Bakery Flour Powder, setting powder, and it's really cute. It's over across the room. It comes in this little bag, like a flour bag. Super cute, but it's also really expensive. However, when I was shopping Morphe's site for Black Friday, they actually had this on there and it was on sale. So I decided to try it. It was like half off too. So it's a really finely milled powder. very silky feeling when you rub it between your fingers. So I am going to use this to set my under eyes and also to set my face. So I'm grabbing just a little. Hey Christine, how you doing? Good to see you. We were just discussing Christmas preparations and how we were or were not prepared for Christmas. So we're just going to dab this under and then sweep away the extra. I feel like my lights might be a little bright. What do you guys think? Do you want me to turn them down a little? Let me know. And I am not yet going to set the rest of my face because I have a couple of cream products that I want to try. The first is this set from Focallure. And Focallure is a brand that's on Amazon. Hey Carla, how you doing? Good to see you. How are you today? And this was a set, it's a face contour set. Oh, that's fun, Christine. Yeah, it gets, once they get to be older and you have maybe grandkids and that kind of stuff, then it gets a lot harder to keep up with the Christmas gifting. So a white elephant is a fun way to do it. This has a contour shade that's called Tortilla, number 9, and it has a highlight shade, number 3, Groovy. And I'm hoping that these are going to work out. I haven't swatched them or done anything, so let's give these a swatch. So, oh, that is, yeah, that's going to be a really nice contour shade. It seemed like in this, it was really light, but wow, on my arm, that looks great. And then, uh-oh, packaging, y'all. It just fell out of here. But we're going to put it back in and just kind of press it down. I think it'll stay. And then here's the highlight. It's kind of a pretty pinkish shimmer. And it's really nice. There's no like glitter in there at all. So let's see what we can do with that. I'm gonna need probably a blending brush for this. Let me find one. Okay. Got my Real Techniques blender right here. Just gonna draw that. And I am actually doing this more as a contour and not as a, yes, I agree, it is a pretty highlight, not as a bronzer. So this is going to stay underneath my cheekbones because it is a cool tone. And with that, you create a shadow that helps kind of sculpt the cheekbones like that. So that blended really nicely. I'm impressed. All right, so let's just see what we can do about disguising these saggy jowl areas right there. Put a little there and then on the chicken waddle. Okay, do I have a sculpted jawline now? No, not really, but it makes me feel like I do. Okay, so those are nice. I'm going to go ahead and put the highlight on and then put the blush over it and see what happens with that, because why not? That's very, very creamy and very soft. And again, it blends really well and just gives such a subtle highlight. That's nice. I might need to put some more on after I do my blush, but we'll see. So these, I cannot remember, and I apologize that I didn't look up the prices before I sat down. Like I said, this was kind of a, hey, let's turn the camera on and go live kind of thing. But they were very reasonable for 2 products, a highlighter and a contour, on Amazon. Again, that was the Focallure face contour set, and I believe they had a light, a medium, and a deep. They had different colors, so it was, you know, if you're not my skin tone, which I'm pretty pale and pasty. I'm going to use this Kokie blush. because I haven't used it a lot. This is the one that I got in my giveaway win from Jen Phelps. If you haven't seen that, that was so much fun. I went through this monster giveaway that she did when she reached 100,000 subscribers. And that's when I'm done with all this, the stuff that I mentioned, I'll link in the description box below. But it was so much fun. And it's it's just beautiful. It's got this elephant on this side over here and the flowers, and then this ombre gradient. There, turn down one light. Is that better? Anyway, it's just beautiful. So, again, take my little dry sponge because oh, thanks. This one is, what is this? It's an elf. Elf, it was a collaboration they did with, why do they do this? They have this pink metallic and then they put this gold lettering on there. I can't read it. It starts with an N. Anyway, but it was from Elf. And I believe I got them on sale when they were clearancing out the collaboration items. So that blush went on a little strong, but I haven't powdered yet, so that should help tone it down. And yes, I have too, Cheryl. I don't know. Do you guys watch not Mandy? Her name just escapes me, but she does. Oh, I hate this menopause brain. Anyway, she does a lot of Amazon products and comparing high end to affordable makeup, and I heard about it through her. And when I think about it, I will link her in the description down below. So now I'm just going to powder everything because, like I said, my makeup has to last a long time today. And you can see probably the cloud from this Beauty Bakery powder, how fine it is. But I think that it does a really good job. And now if I get up close and you look like in here, these pores, they're like gone. I mean, it's just almost airbrushed. It's really nice. It's a beautiful powder. I agree, Mary. It is just the worst. So we are now going to go on to brows, and let's see if we can. The brow pencil that I'm going to use today is also from Morphe. It was half off, so it ended up being like, oh no, Phyllis. I don't know. These brains of ours, I tell you, they can really give us a run for our money. Anyway, this Morphe Micro Brow, I am using it in the color Biscotti. I've never heard that as a brow color before, but it's a really nice one for me and does have a spoolie on the end, which for me is kind of a must. I don't want to have to be shuffling between two different hands and putting it down and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry to hear that you relate to fibro fog. That is just not nice. I don't have much in the way of eyebrows, and it's really not a function of over tweezing because I just really didn't pay that much attention to my brows in the 90s. I cleaned up strays, but I really rarely even wore eyebrow pencil. But it's more a function of age and having had some thyroid issues, and so they just kind of never came back. So I pretty much have to draw on the whole thing. And again, I just don't do a lot with them because they're tedious, and I don't do tedious well. Get them up there, and whatever they are, they are. So, and plus I wear bangs, so most of the time they're covered. So if it's not perfect, oh well. But you can see this is a really nice color for me. I have a hard time with brow products because they tend to want to pull warm. And especially now that I did this cooler hair color today, which I'm not sure, I don't feel like it did a very good job covering the gray, but maybe it's just because it's ash and it's supposed to look like that. I don't know. We'll see. This is a relatively new eye primer. This is the Ulta matte eye primer, and the color is Nude. Thanks, Phyllis. Yeah, I think it's a really great color. And I've said in the past that I'm not particular necessarily about my micro brow pencils. I do like them to be a micro brow versus the thicker ones, because I think you can get a little bit more natural looking brow with that. But I am particular about the color. So this color is really good. And the one I just got from excuse me for ducking out of the frame. The one I just got from Moira is also a really good color. So I'm doing better picking colors. I still pick too light of foundations though. I always pick one up, think, oh, that's going to be too dark, go down a shade, get it home, and be like, oh, should have gone with my first instinct. Just like when you took those standardized tests, you know, they always say go with your first instinct. Anyway, this is a very creamy. Cheryl says she has 2 sleep disorders that like to compete with the cognitive function. Oh man, that's miserable because you don't get sleep and everything else is just harder on top of it. I would remind myself when the babies were little and I wasn't sleeping that they use sleep deprivation to torture prisoners and break them. And so it was no wonder that it's difficult to function on limited sleep. So I feel for you. I'm very sorry to hear that. Thank you. Okay, so Cheryl said that she liked my brow color, and the Moira, I cannot say that name. Moira one was good also. So anyway, this is really creamy, and I have way too much, so I'm going to probably just use one finger for both sides, or I will stop and clean off my finger, because I always get way too much. But it's nice because it's very close to my skin tone, and it cancels out what's on your eyes, the redness, any veining, that kind of stuff. I require my eye primer to have some coverage to it. Oh, that sounds awful. I'm sorry, Cheryl. So you can see if you look at both eyes, the one that's primed versus the one that's not, it just gives a much nicer base for your eyeshadow. To start with, the colors tend to be more true if you have a good primer under them. And this one is really good at helping the shadows to last all day. Of all of the primers I've tested recently, I kind of think this one is my number one right now. But, confession time, I just found out that Moira has one in a pot that's supposed to be comparable to the MAC paint pot, and I might have just placed an order for that. So I will let you know what I think of that one. Okay. Again, turning down the light on that side. What do you think? Is that better? Let me know. I'm still learning on this whole lighting and all of that kind of stuff. Let's do some eyeshadow, shall we? Also, when I shopped the Morphe sale, I saw this Ashley Strong collaboration that they did, and I thought it was, oh, I haven't taken the shade saver off yet. And I just thought it was really pretty and very nice for fall. So we're going to go in with this today, and I'm wearing this kind of mauve top. So we're going to go into the rosy tones, which I just absolutely love. Someday I'll do a deeper color. I really want to play with these deep greens. I think these would be beautiful for a Christmas look. So maybe I'll go back in and do another look sometime for Christmas, but today we're going to stick with the rosy ones. And it does not have a light bisque color. So again, going to use this Wet n Wild. I'm so good at this. Use this Wet n Wild Brulee that is almost gone and just set. I hate when they discontinue things, Cheryl. I was using, my favorite was always the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. I know a lot of people hated it. But it was just really worked well for me. If you warmed it up in your fingers, it got super creamy, kind of like this one. And then they went and discontinued it because people complained about it being dry. And I've been looking for one to replace it ever since I used up my third pot of it and couldn't find it anymore. Should have probably just bought the MAC paint pot and been done with it because I spent way more searching for ones and finding the ones that didn't work than if I just spent the $25 on the MAC. But anyway, hoping that maybe this with this Ulta one, I could probably be happy, but I do really like it in a pot for some reason. I don't know. So I only set my eyeshadow from crease to brow bone because I want to be able to blend more easily, but I want the lid to still be tacky because I am using some shimmer. And I'm using the brush set that I also got from Jen in that giveaway. I washed them last night so I'd have clean brushes. And these are just beautiful. This is an iconic London brush set, which is kind of an expensive brush set. So I was very glad to get them from Jen. And I'm going to go into with a fluffy brush and into this color right there for my transition. And I agree with you ladies that even when we have trials, God is good and he sees us through them. So, but sometimes you still need to complain, and that's okay too. That's what friends are for, right? To let you vent and then pray for you and lift you up and encourage you to keep going. That's a pretty transition color. It's very soft, but I like it. Anybody have any good weekend plans? My daughter has a vendor fair market, Christmas market tomorrow, so I'll be spending the day with her. She has a business where she makes candles and hair scarves and scrunchies and wax melts. Normally I have one of her candles burning in the background, but again, I'm a little bit short on space, so I don't have one up there. I agree. It can be therapeutic to just get it out, and then you've released some steam and you can get on with keep on keeping on. So you can vent with us. It's okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and go into some shimmers. Okay, before I do that though, I really do. She very much is. She started her business, Cheryl, when she was 13, and she just turned 16. She just got her driver's license yesterday. She was so excited. I'm so proud of her. And anyway, so yeah. Anytime, Phyllis, anytime. You can vent. You can even, if you need to vent, you can even DM me or whatever. So this color over here is I Am Creative, and I believe it's a duochrome. So let's just see what it looks like, shall we? Yeah, do you see the shift on that thing? Wow. Let's put that on my arm. I wasn't going to use that one because it looked like it was more of a blue. But it's got like rosy and blue and purple maybe even in there. So that one's a duochrome. And that's called I Am Creative. The names of these are really affirming. We have I am calm, I am exact, I am focused, I am beautiful, I am confident. So that's the kind of names we have. So this is I Am Magical. And this is one I think that would be gorgeous for Christmas. Look at that. So you've got this green, blue, kind of brown shift in there. Is it shifting for you guys? Can you see it? And then I Am Exact. I'm trying to decide today between a couple of these. Yeah, it's really kind of grungy, but still holiday-ish. So this is I Am Exact. I think that one might have to happen because that's like perfect with my shirt. And then I Am Beautiful. This one actually feels a little bit scratchier, which is kind of a weird. It's not scratchy, but it feels a little bit scratchier. So that one's a little deeper. This one has more purple kind of in it, whereas this one's more of just a really taupey, but you can get such a beautiful, cool toned look. And then I gotta clean my finger off, hang on. Sorry for the rustling, but I gotta get a wipe out, makeup wipe out. Gotta clean my fingers off because those are some pigmented shadows. And then the last one I wanted to swatch to see if I want to use it is I Am Beautiful. Did I do this one already? Now I'm confused. Yeah, I think that's, oh no, this is the one. Oh, man. We're just falling back on menopause brain, ladies, just falling back on menopause brain. Okay, this is I Am Unique. So look at that pretty pink. So I think I Am Unique is gonna go on the inner part of my lid, and then this one here is gonna go on the outside, and then I'll deepen up the crease. So, okay. I think we'll try wetting a brush. Let's try that. Okay, whoop. So I'm gonna try this one. I know, isn't that funny when you normally do one thing and then all of a sudden you're doing something different and you're like, who am I? And what did the aliens do with the real me? So I'm going to go into I Am Exact with my brush, and this is kind of a fluffy brush but dense. And then I'm going to spray it. And we're going to put that on this middle to outer portion of the lid. I kind of wish this set had a flat shader brush. It doesn't. And I don't think I have one clean, so we're just going to do it with this. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. Do you guys see that shimmer? I know I got crinkly eyes and it's hard to see. Wow. So nice. So nice. But I'm probably going to use the other one to deepen up the outer crease. So. And this is what my good friend Leanna means when she says, take out your makeup and play with it. Grab a palette, grab some brushes, and just go in without a plan. Maybe swatch a couple as you go along and just see what develops. So let's do I Am Beautiful. Other side of this brush and put that out here and see if we can get some depth. Kind of, not really. I'm going to use my finger and go into, I should be showing these to you guys, I'm sorry. This is the one I was using first, and then I tried to deepen up a little bit with this, but it didn't really deepen, so now we're going to go into this one down here. Yes, playing in makeup is very therapeutic. It's a great creative outlet, and there's just something about the textures and the self-care aspect of it. It's just great. I love it. That's one of the reasons I do this. It's not because I think I need makeup to go out in public. I go out in public all the time without makeup, but it's because it's so much dang fun. All right, this is I Am Unique, and we're gonna pop that right on this inner corner. Oh, these shimmers are like next level. I am impressed. I think I might be getting a little fallout. Yeah, I've got a little bit of sparkle fallout, but it's the holidays, right? We can all sparkle, and we can sparkle anytime, really, if we want to. That's another thing that bugs me is people who are like, oh, I can't wear shimmers because it accentuates my texture, or I'm over 50, I can't wear shimmers. You can wear whatever you want, whenever you want it. The shift on that color, that pink, is just... The other thing you can do if you want to emphasize a little bit more is wet your finger when you're putting it on, and it will give it a little more grip. Super pretty. Wow. Super pretty. You guys all went quiet on me. Are you still there? Check in with a yelp or something if you're still hanging out. And I don't know, this may not work out, but I'm going to actually go into a little tiny bit of I Am Unstoppable, which is a black. Girl, I won't lie. Oop. Cheryl says she does need makeup to look presentable in public, but everyone has an idea of how they look their best. I am much more comfortable in public in makeup, but I also am okay with just running out if I need to. So we're going to put this black here because I want to get a little depth to the outer edge that I didn't get from that other shimmer. And then I'm going to take another fluffy brush. What kind of a wreath are you making, Phyllis? Your Christmas wreath? And is it for inside or outside? Funny story. I used to have a Christmas wreath for my door, and apparently birds loved the fact that I put this little home for them on my sheltered front porch where they could build their little nest. And would open the door, and I can't tell you how many times we had a bird fly in the house before we finally decided that maybe the wreath on the front door wasn't the greatest idea. I like this black is really pigmented, so you have to be really careful if you're using a black to build up some depth in the outer corner. But I do like what that did for lifting the outer part of my eyes. And I don't think I'm gonna, yeah, okay. This is how I do makeup. I talk to myself like this. We're gonna just draw that a little bit underneath, only on the outer portion of the eye there. Very pretty, very, very pretty. And then I'm gonna go back into that very first color I used, I Am Loved, just to blend this top edge and soften it a little bit. This is some of the stuff that when I do edited videos, you don't necessarily get to see because let's see, have the cutest Christmas wreath with a stuffed doggy incorporated into it, but I'm kind of afraid to put it on the door as someone might steal it. That is so horrible that you have to worry about somebody stealing your Christmas decorations. One of the nice things, I guess, about living in the country is we don't have any neighbors, which is also a detriment that we don't have any neighbors. But I also don't have to worry about people stealing my Christmas decorations, I guess. All right, I think that's all I'm going to do on that eye look. And I have, I forgot I have this one. So I got this, again, shiny pencil, white writing, can't read it, but it's LA Colors, a gel eyeliner. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find the color, but if I can't, I'll put it down in the description. Just got this, I believe, at Dollar General. Party Time. And it might be too blue for this look. What do you think? Too blue? Yeah, too blue. I can't use it. But I have another one that I can use. It's still a LA Girls. No, this is NYX Epic Wear. And it is kind of a lavenderish color. I like using these shimmery light colors in my waterline because it brightens up the eye. So we're going to tightline with that. Well, not tightline, I guess, waterline with that one. Yes, kids will be kids, I suppose. They sometimes don't have an appreciation for other property. So I guess you could just put your wreath on the inside of your front door and then you could enjoy it. That would be one way to avoid that issue. The newest liner that I have, no, that's the brow pencil. Over here. The newest eyeliner that I have is the Moira one that I got, and it's a really nice eyeliner, so I'm going to tightline with that. If tightlining bothers you guys, look away. I'll tell you when you're done. When I'm done. You're not doing it. Well, you might be. Is anybody doing their makeup while they're watching? Thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate that. Sometimes I like to play with color, and sometimes I like to keep it more neutral, and sometimes I like to have a neutral color, if that makes sense. I rarely go super bold when I'm going to work. Sometimes I will, but I kind of... You haven't had coffee yet. What time zone are you in? My goodness. And how are you even coherent? Before I do my mascara, I always like to do my setting spray, and I have been out of my favorite setting spray. Bonus points to anyone who can tell me before I show you what is my favorite setting spray. Anybody? While you're thinking, I will curl my eyelashes. If I can find my eyelash curler. Excuse me, be right back. Erin got it. Yep, e.l.f. Okay. This one right here, the e.l.f. Microfine Setting Mist. It is the best mist. It is the best mister. Watch this. You guys got to see this. It's got this little ball in there, so you shake it up. It's brand new. Did you see that? Okay, so we're gonna spray. It just feels so good. And it never spits on you. It never, it's just beautiful. And it just melts your makeup into your skin, dries quickly, and I just love it. So let's give these a quick curl. That's a girl, Maya. So for those of you that don't know, I actually know Erin and Maya and Mary in what we call in real life. They're good friends of mine, and I see them all the time. I have not tried the Milani setting spray. Really, Milani is not a brand that I have a lot from, and I don't know why, other than it's not easy to get. My Walmart, just so you know, these, of course, I am so uncoordinated with swatching, you guys. Hey, Jason, how you doing? These two, one was the NYX and one was the LA Colors. I'm going to get them off with a makeup wipe, and they're not budging. The LA Colors one is starting to. The NYX one isn't going anywhere. So I have a feeling that's going to be a really good waterline. If I'm rubbing really hard. It will come off with my cleansing balm, however, so not worried about that. All right, so this is the one that I'm really excited about. e.l.f. just came out with their new Lash N Roll mascara. I haven't found a lot of mascaras from e.l.f. that I'm happy with. Yes, I also have oily skin, so I really enjoy watching Sabrina because she has good oily skin recommendations. So yeah, maybe I'll have to check into that. A lot of people our age tend to have drier skin, and that hasn't really happened to me yet. Except that sometimes I'll get dry patches because of the Retin-A that I use, but I still have oily skin. So anyway, so this Lash N Roll apparently is supposed to be, or is thought to be, a dupe for the Benefit Roller Lash, which I've never used because it's an expensive mascara, but the brush is curved and it has like bristles kind of on the top and shorter ones on the bottom. I am actually going to use my 10X on this so that I can really see what I'm doing and not make too much of a mess. And see what I think. It's doing a great job separating my lashes. And oh, wow. So one coat of this roller, what did they call it? Lash and Roll. One coat here and nothing there. So I think if it doesn't flake or smudge, this could be a really good mascara. I haven't found a ton of e.l.f. mascaras, honestly, that I like. I did not like the, I don't think I still have it. I think I got rid of it. Abigail just went by and said hi. I don't know if anybody heard her, but if you did, say hi back. The Lash It Loud e.l.f. mascara is one that I actually do like. There was another one, oh, Big Mood, that's what it was called, that I did not like. It smudged on me. Some people have really good luck with it. I did not. So I think I decluttered that one a long time ago. Abigail, Cheryl said hello. I think she's already gone. She was just doing a drive-by. Okay, the weird thing is with this curved wand is I'm not holding it the right way to get it on my lashes. So the benefit to me not being a professional at this is you get to see me screw up all the time. And maybe... Okay, you guys, do you see those lashes? Holy smokes! Look at that. I am impressed. Not necessarily separate, but let's get the second coat on this side. Kind of forgot the bottom lashes on this side too. Okay, that mascara is impressive. And a lot of times when you use a mascara, you have to kind of wait for it to settle into itself. This one is wet enough that it goes on, but it's not so wet that it just, you have to really build it up. I don't know. I'll let you guys know in the comments at the end of the day how this lasted, if it flaked, if it smudged, whatever. But if it doesn't, it will be a recommendation for sure. I like it. And it's not very expensive, which is really good. The last thing, let's get rid of this thing so that I quit glaring, my forehead quits glaring at you. I think I need to trim my bangs. Okay, last thing that I'm going to put on is some lips. I'm going to take off the lip balm that I put on earlier. And I have some ColourPop lippies that I got in the lip vaults from Jen. Some of them I put in a giveaway, and some I kept, the colors that I didn't have other duplicates for or that I particularly wanted to try. And this is one of my favorites when I'm wearing kind of a cool pink look. This is the Lippy Pencil, and it's called Starship. Yeah, Erin, I didn't like the Big Mood either, so you're not alone in that one. Lash It Loud was okay. I tended to use the Lash It Loud for a first mascara because it did a really good job of separating the lashes, but it didn't give a lot of volume, so I would use the Lash It Loud first and then my e.l.f. the Essence Lash Princess over that for the volume. That was a really good combination. But I like this one that I didn't have to use two mascaras to both separate and get volume. All right, so let's put some lip liner on. This is a nice pink in that it's a cool pink, but it's not Barbie pink, if that makes sense. And I am not into overlining my lips because on me, some people do it and it looks great, but on me, it looks like I just couldn't stay in the lines. So I don't do it. And then I have a lippy pencil. I'm sorry, lippy sticks. Lippy pencil, lippy sticks, whatever. And this one is in the color, gotta get this baby out again, Aftershock, and it's a matte. And I did not realize that there were different, that there were different formulas of this, matte and I guess just creamy or whatever. But these mattes, if you let them dry, they really do last a very long time. And this is another really pretty pink color. without being Barbie. Mick Jagger is not necessarily a look we're going for when we're putting on our lip liner, so I don't blame you for not overlining. Anyway, isn't that pretty? But if I left it, it would set down, and I mean, right now it transfers because it's not set. And if I left it, it would set down and not transfer. But I'm not going to leave it because I want to show you one more product, and that is the lip gloss that was in the Bambi vault. There were 3 of them. There was Bambi, Thumper, and don't know what the other one was. And they're pretty much clear with just a little shimmer in them, but this one is pink based. The other one was kind of a purpley base, and one was more of a fawn base, and they're very pretty. So they look nice. You can kind of pair them with the lipstick that you're wearing, and it doesn't change it, but it just kind of enhances it. So I'm going to put a little of this right in the center, and just give it a little sparkle and shimmer. So that, ladies, is my look for the day, and I am going to go get some lunch and go to work. And which formula is the Bambi gloss? Good question. I will tell you in just a second. It is, I think it's the Luxe lip gloss. Again, gold lettering on a glittery background. Yes, it's the Luxe Gloss, which is a really nice formula. It isn't sticky, so your lips you don't get that feel, and it's just really comfortable and so pretty. Again, it's going to affect the wear time of the matte lipstick under it, but I don't mind because I would much rather have my lips looking plump and feeling better than being dry and lasting longer. I just put my lipstick on again, not a big deal. So that is my look with some of my new makeup, and I appreciate all of you coming and spending an hour of your time with me today, and I will list everything. Like I said, oh, let me go over real quick what I really, really liked. Actually, I loved everything, but this was so pretty, and I'm definitely going to do more looks with them. I may do some shorts where they're just quick ones and show you the colors I use, that kind of thing. These were definitely a standout. Love them. They were so comfortable to use, and I think they give a really pretty contour and highlight, just kind of lit from within. Love it. And oh, there's a technique I'm going to try that where you put all your cream products on at once and then blend them together. I saw Sabrina do that, and if you'd like to see me do that, let me know, because I think it sounds amazing to see how it will work on older skin and if it looks as pretty as it did on her. So yeah, thank you everybody. Have a great day. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.